Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone? Hope you're well. This is going to be, honestly, this is going to be a quick one. Just moving my screen around there. Just got home late tonight and just finished dinner, so I thought I'd do a very quick player ratings live vlog because obviously last night was a very special game. I mean, there was superb Man City last night, absolutely amazing. So we couldn't neglect the fact that we need to do player ratings because there were some exceptional performances last night, as you know, for those who watched it, those who were there. So very quickly, let's see who is on. Ray J737 is on a hard one, but maybe Riyadh for man of the match. Hi Leonard, how are you, buddy? Hi Blues, Dank City's on. Lionel Mahrez 26, Kamal Cam. Dudley Lewis, hi Blues. Martin, evening all, amazing game. Was a pleasure to be there to watch our boys. Lankow, hello one and all. Ray J, mostly being a Mahrez support, but been starting to doubt him towards the end of last season, at the beginning of this season. Martin Edison, what are you doing there? Great coverage from the ground, Martin Mingy Wong. Hi, everyone. Andy. Yeah, if you've not seen the video, put the live vlog out. Put it out late last night. It was a late one. So apologies for that. But it's a really good vlog. Martin did a great job getting all the footage and interviews and things like that. So if you haven't seen the live vlog, go over and have a watch of it. Hello, Mingy Wong. How are you? Leonard, Old City's definitely back. Laporte training and even Sane getting closer. Has got our players up and more running. May long continue. Champions League here we come on City. Yeah, and you think about it, we're now in process of getting Laporte back. Leroy Sane could be back in February, so it's all boding very well. And we've got Phil Foden getting more game times. We've got players like Cancelo, who played yesterday ahead of Walker, who is now putting pressure on Walker to perform even more, which is exactly what we want. Mendy having a good game last night, albeit, and I said this on the live watch along last night, it's against Aston Villa, and they were awful. But City played really well, dominated the game, and absolutely pressured them into mistakes. So Martin says Mahrez was outstanding yesterday, always said he would come good. We need him to be doing that game in, game out, not just one game every 2 or 3. But now that he's got a run of games, he's definitely looking more comfortable. And it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those that, does he keep his place? What when Leroy Sane comes back? And let's say Sane plays and has an absolute blinder, and Sterling plays on the right and has a blinder. And this is what we want. We want competition, and it's great to see Mahrez now having a run of games that we've always cried out for. We've always said he needs a run of games, like Gabby, needs a run of games to prove his worth. And last night he was outstanding. Happy for Cancelo too. Looks like he's settling in. He does. What can you say? Says Dudley. Evening, Ray J. My good evening, fella. Mingy Wong just saw Stu Brennan's player ratings. Yeah, we'll talk about that shortly. Hi, Martin. Where's Andy? I'm here. I'm here, Leonard. Kiam, hello everyone. It's not like me to be negative, but I thought Mahrez was pretty average again, and again, a better team would be exposed. Something missing from his game, pace, I think. It's the one thing that is definitely missing from his game is pace. That's the only downside. But I thought last night, he was very, very good. Hi, Kiam, says Leonard. Sergio says Dudley. Kiam, how Mahrez was outstanding. Viva Mahrez. Mahrez scrawny, but he's better than Sterling at the minute on form. I don't know about that, but certainly he scores 2 goals. Does he deserve to be dropped? No, probably not. What we saying, we backing United at the weekend. Mahrez is screwy, agree, but I like his first touch. Cancelo is getting to his potential. I think he's still got a long way to go. I mean, it's one thing. We've seen Cancelo have a brilliant game. Remember, what was it, the Burnley game, where he was very, very good. And then the next game, he wasn't that great. So it's about consistency. And I think when these players get a run of games, that's definitely going to help him. And it is his first season. So Mahrez will have a month off now. How are you, Ivor? Hope you're well, mate. Not spoke to you for a while. Forget Champions League if you think we get shafted against Liverpool and Spurs. Wait until we face the cartel chiefs, Madrid. Sophia Moon, Sterling in place of Mahrez. You kidding me? No way. Mahrez is much superior to all my respect to Raheem. Mingy Wong, Madrid aren't looking that good lately, if I'm wrong, but who knows? Well, there you go. Superior being Cancelo seems to not settle anywhere, homesick, but he doesn't know where his home should be. Yeah, I mean, that's another problem, and that's a good point you raised there, Superior being that, there was only, don't forget, there was only rumours a few weeks ago that he was unhappy and he wanted to move back maybe to Italy or Spain or somewhere like that. So maybe he's just one of those players. Remember Nolito? Nolito was something very similar, wasn't he? Just couldn't settle. He had games where thinking, wow, God, he's really, really good. And then other games, he was absolutely garbage. But maybe he's one of those players who was unsettled as well and just couldn't sort of, get used to the Premier League. It doesn't matter how Madrid look, VAR will see them over the line. B0007127. Aguero's amazing. Madrid is looking good now. We need him at his peak. He's certainly starting to hit form, and I think we're getting it. I said it back in November time. I said, just wait until sort of the end of January, February, when we get everyone back and players start hitting form when it matters. And I think that's what's happening at the moment. We're hitting this run of form, players playing in unusual positions and still performing at a fantastic level. And it's only boding well. It's absolutely only boding well for the next run into the end of the season, the Champions League Cup competitions as well. What we got there? Leonard says, let's not forget, was Mahrez' interception. I'm not sure it was so much as an interception. It was just a really crap pass, if I'm being honest. All right, he did intercept and pass it, but he only had to pass it 5 yards. Aguero was pointing where he wanted it, and it was more than just a really crap pass, if I'm being honest. I think we should rename our city Mahrez Chester. Oh, they're going to love you, either. The Mahrez fanboys are going to absolutely love you. Is your middle name Grim Reaper Kiam? The season starts in February. Agree, hopefully full squad by then. Whenever Raheem is on the bench, City scores more than 6 against Watford. You can't really. It's a bit of a. You can't just go whenever Aguero, Sterling's on the bench. He scored. How many times have we scored 4s, 5s, 6s when Sterling's been playing? Sergio, great striker ever to grace the Premier League, in my opinion. Yeah, said that on Twitter earlier when I was listening to Talksport. Nick Muller is laughing. Ray J, do you think Liverpool looked totally gassed against Spurs second half? I'm trying to think. I watched the game. I think they probably, if I'm being, I've got to be really. All right, I don't have to be impartial, but I'll try and be impartial. I think the game managed it, if I'm being honest with you. But Spurs missed so many chances, and I think if Lo Celso scores that goal, I think they could have stepped it up another gear, if I'm being honest. I'm getting my tickets for the Madrid game at the Etihad this weekend. Well done, you, Carl. Hello, mate. Nigel Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder I've ever seen. De Bruyne is just incredible. I think we'll have buttons soon on our TV remotes where we vote on VAR decisions. Said that. You'll get buttons, red buttons underneath your seats at stadiums. It'll become like the Pop Idol and whatever else it is, whatever it's called. Garbage programs on TV, whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't watch them. Imagine Aguero never got injured. Yeah. Why Man City fans, they don't like Mahrez? We do like Mahrez. What are you talking about? Got Fulham tickets today. Get in. I've seen they do, pal. Hi, Andy. How are you, Carl? Jesus playing alongside Cohen gave Cohen freedom to drop into spaces between the lines. Coming deep made a difference rather than being up front. Spot on, Ivor. Absolutely spot on with that comment, because it did. And he looked so hungry last night. Right from the word go, he was at it. He was dumb. He was making dummies. He was moving around. He was wanting the ball all the time. You saw the cutback for Mahrez' second goal to win that ball back. They might have been a couple of months ago. He's sort of, can't be bothered chasing it. He looks absolutely on fire, and that's why I said to you in the pre-match build-up, I said I went Aguero for a hat-trick and I had City 3-0 and Aguero a hat-trick, because I watched the video in training the day before when I said he scored 3 headers on the run and then 3 finishes on the run. I mean, he just looked like bang, 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 bang. And last night, he just looked bang up for it. Absolutely bang up for it. So, plus, the only problem being is, and the only thing now is if I throw a grenade into it, is the fact of now he's broke Henry's record. Now he's broke Shearer's hat-trick record. Let's hope he don't just like relax now and think, right, well, I broke those records. Let him sort of extend it. Another hat-trick and at the weekend and, you know, another 4, 5, 10 goals before the end of the season. Fulham don't chant, so be quiet, Martin. It's on Sunday afternoon, Martin. City fans like Mahrez. It's you fanboys the problem, not Mahrez. The only time we've scored 5 or more with Raz on the pitch this season was West Ham. Andy was KDB's assistant. Optical illusion. It was just like the Stoke one. Remember that? It was incredible. The way he looked up and watching it back last night, I watched Match of the Day too, and they said it on there. The way that he looks up and just a little glance, and Souness as well, saying he just glances up and then, bang, unbelievable. Not many players in world football can play passes like that at pace. Jesus Christ, which opens so much space for Sergio, it does. We've got KDB, Mahrez, Jesus, David and Aguero. If these can be Zidane's nightmare, so when talking about who's the best in City, City as a team is. KDB's pass was on fire, it was. Okay, mate, fanboys are the problem. Oh, God, hold on. Big jump there. What was that? Phyllis Ivor says Liverpool had 75% day and still won at Spurs, champions elect and well deserved. Absolutely. I'm happy with Everton, only lost in silver in the league. It's your lot, we are winning. All that matters. 3 points off 7. Things look, they're on the up. They do for you, Everton. Guys, going not great today. Have a good vlog, off to bed. No problem, mate. See you soon. Liverpool have already won the league. Yeah, I think so, if I'm being honest. And Kun also had his main man, David, by his side. Again, another, got the assist. Wasn't spectacular, but what he does, he just ticks the play, makes it tick all of the time. It's so underrated. People are, some City fans, which really appalls me, of just, he's finished, he's this, that, and the other. He isn't finished. The guy is still absolutely superb, and just makes the ball just move without being spectacular like he was maybe a year or two ago. He just makes the ball move constantly. Brilliant, brilliant play. But anyway, before I crack on, because it is late, and like I said, I've been working all day since early hours this morning, and it's late now. But what I want to do is just don't forget, if you can still buy Leslie Ross's wonderful, wonderful artwork, it's £20 for the softback book, and it's all 169 goals from last season, the Formidables season. It's in colour, beautifully illustrated, absolutely amazing. And the website is there if you want one. It's www.silverblue.co.uk. So go over, and it is absolutely amazing. Trust me, it'd be one of the best football purchases you make. So go over. And if you want one, they're still available. I'm not sure. I don't think there's any hard copies left. There's my hard copy one that I got. And it's sort of signed inside there. And it's from Leslie. My stamp is there. If you can see it there's the light. And I've got number 23. My official stamp in there, and I haven't shown you some of the photographs. I was talking to Leslie the other week about it, and she was asking me what are your favourite ones and things like that. I mean, talk about the guy we're going to talk about, no doubt, shortly. There he is. There's Sergio, and there's a brilliant one. There's a really good one in here, and there's artwork you can see on the left here, and it breaks down each particular goal. That's the Man City 2-1 against Liverpool, the John Stones clearance off the line, just going through without ruining it. There's one I really liked was there's a great one here of Ben Mendy, great piece of artwork. This was when this was the Champions League when we got beat by Spurs, but A really, really good one. And it's all narrated in here as well. And they do, Peter Thornton does a wonderful job narrating each particular goal and giving it, you know, a little bit of background. There's a great one there, the 2-0 against United of Leroy Sané. And this is all artwork, but my favourite one, she asked me, she messaged me and said, what was your favourite? And it was easy. It was easy. There are some amazing ones in here, and I picked out the Kyle Walker one, but it's this one. And it's just the last one, and she said that's why I put it at the end. Let me just get this up so you can see it. And that is obviously Vincent Kompany. And then there's these final little words, if you can see at the back. And it says, Vincent Kompany, our captain, our leader, legend. And that sort of finishes the book. And there's the story of our season is in the very back of it there. So please, if you've not bought one and you can afford it, I know £20 is a lot of money to many people, but if you want a really fantastic bit of memorabilia on City's formidable season, like I said, I don't think there are any hardback ones left. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I know they were pretty much sold out because there was 169 of them, and the players got some of them. So, but if you want a soft copy, the soft copies are £20 and still available. And I just wanted to push it because don't forget, £1.69 of every single book, 169 goes to Tackle for Manchester. And Vinny had his Football Writers Award last night, where he was recognised for the work that he's done for Tackle for Manchester, which is a worthy recipient. So, right, moving on. We're going to crack on to the player ratings. So, the first one up, like I said, this is going to be a quick one because I've still got work to do and it's late. But the first one we're going to look at tonight is we're going to look at Ederson, and we'll have a look at what the likes of Stu Brennan has said about Ederson. But Ederson last night came back in, and what were your thoughts on Ederson last night? While you're going through that, I'll just read out some of your comments. Sorry, he's not even top 5 at City. Who are you talking about there? Did I miss something? Kiam, what do you say about that? Mahrez is the only player to make more than 20 assists and more than 20 goals between last year and this year. Good chant. I love video and chants. I have to get to a City game. Can Vincent Kompany follow Arteta's steps, though? We'll see. Give him time. So we've got Leonard London gives Ederson a 7. Bernard Deneen gives him an 8. £20, that's £1 for each home game, so not a lot really. No, it's not. It's not a lot, but I mean, it's still £20 in this day and age. 6 didn't have a lot to do. 7, biggest problem for him was to stay warm. Somebody has been reading Stu Brennan's player ratings. Fodo gives him a 7. I can't wait for City versus Madrid. I really can't wait. Carl gives him a 7. Scott 7. Nothing to do. Not much to do. Dudley a 7. Mahrez a number 1 player. Oh God, stop it! Please stop! Otherwise, I'm gonna just remove you. If you talk about City, not Mahrez, we're talking about City. 7, his kicking was decent. City fan a 7. Person a 7. Dank City 7.5. Didn't have much to do. 7 nearly saves the penalty. 7 for Eddie. Ed's the shed 7 had nothing to do. He had run inside the box to keep warm. Hardly any action. Sofian Moon. Well, what did Stu Brennan said? His biggest problem was keeping warm. Just some standard work with his feet to perform. Dived the right way for the penalty. Gave him a 6. So most of you guys are giving him a 7. I probably would have given him a 6. I'll be honest with you, because not really much to do. But the average score for Ederson is a 7. So on to our right back last night, which was Joao Cancelo. So Cancelo, I thought, had a very good game last night. So we're moving on to Cancelo. What is Mahrez's new position? Well, he's in the same position he always is, which is plays out on the right. Maybe if Coutinho does stay on a permanent, we need to push up the momentum towards Real Madrid game. We will do. I'm sure we will do, without a shadow of a doubt. So, Joe, Cancelo, what were your thoughts on Cancelo last night? I thought he had a very good game, albeit against a crap Villa. I will keep saying that because Villa were poor, but we made them look poor in certain aspects of the game, but they didn't offer anything. Cancelo, Leonard London gives an 8, Bernard an 8, Dank City an 8, Ray J an 8, Mingy Wong an 8. We are rating players, get your head round. No. Dudley Lewis an 8, Carl an 8, City fan an 8, 8 solid, Lankau 7, Sofian a 7. Officialised gives him an 8.5. Cancelo much better than Walker recently. Cancelo was brilliant, getting better and better. He's certainly getting better now. He's getting a run of games. Let's just hope he's consistently an 8 or 7 or an 8 game in, game out. He can't go from an 8 to a 6 or a 5, and he's got to keep the consistency up. Cancelo, learning at last, looks good against crap size, still not convinced against pace. That's my one concern is we've seen him get out of position when he's up against quick players, but we just have to rate him on last night's performance. So is Cancelo getting to his potential? Well, I think we'll wait and see, Leonard. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, and we'll see. Hamza, Man City has a monster squad. Mahrez, Aguero, De Bruyne, Silva, the grass, never any team to beat them. Steady Carl, shows glimpses, then drops off a cliff. Kiam, 8, good game. Okay, so the place of Mahrez is not in the box, but in the green. He is a special player. Right, okay, lots of 8s, a few 7s. We're going to give Cancelo. What does Stu Brennan give Cancelo? Joao Cancelo, his storming runs down the right were very effective. A real challenge to Walker now. Gives him an 8. Right, well, on Man City Fan TV, from your ratings, Cancelo gets a 7.5. So, moving on to our next player. Let's see. So, if we get rid of him and we bring in Werner. So, we'll bring in Fernandinho for last night. What were your thoughts on Fernandinho? Who I thought had a very steady game as usual, didn't do anything wrong. Is always a 7 at least. He's just an exceptional player. Let's see what you've got on here. Leonard gives Fernandinho an 8, Bernard an 8, Ladkar a 7, Danksy 7.5, very solid. Lankau an 8. Bolil gives him a 7.5, Sofian an 8, Dudley an 8, City fan a 7.5, Mingy Wong 7, did very well. Scott Williams 7.5, Ray J 7, Ray J 737 and 8.5. What did Stu Brennan give him? Where is he? Let me just see. Fernandinho eased through an hour applying his supreme powers of anticipation and timing to ensure Villa were limited. Gave Fernandinho a 7. Dudley 8, City fan 7, did very well. Scott Williams 7.5, Ray. Dino solid 8, officialised an 8, Carl an 8. I'm going to go with you guys, and I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going to give Ferner an 8. So the majority on here, the odd 7s and 7.5s, he was between a 7 and an 8, but we'll go on the higher end of it and give Ferner an 8. Didn't do anything wrong all night, really. But what I want to do is have a look at his partner last night, who I thought had a very good game, and that was John Stones, somebody who was coming for a lot of criticism from City fans, from opposition fans in particular, which I think is unfair. Again, another player. If we're gonna start talking about players needing run of games like Cancelo, like Mahrez, like some others, like Mendy, like others. Stones hasn't had a really long run of games, so I think it's really unfair for City fans to criticise Stones, but they're happy not to, say, oh, well, if you say Cancelo had a poor game, yeah, but he's not had a run of games, and yeah, he's not this, and yeah, he's not that. Well, Stones hasn't had a run of games, and I thought he came in last night and did really, really well, in my opinion, anyway. Stones, Leonard, 7.5, Bernard, an 8. Hamza, I'm sure Real Madrid will score a lot of goals, right? Okay. Hamza, we're talking about player ratings, mate. City fan 8, Lankau 6.5. Wow, that's harsh. 8 for John. Ladcar 6.5. Dank City 7.5, Boddle 7, Scott Williams 7.5, Mingyu Wong an 8, Dudley Lewis 7.5 to an 8, Stones so polished an 8, says Carl. No real threat to test him. Officialised 7, let's not forget he's been going through onside and outside the club recently. Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. What does Stu Brennan say about John Stones? John Stones, he says, looks like the Rolls-Royce defender City bought. Quick, smart and decisive with a hint of steel, and gives him an 8. So, Mingy Wong, he looks like the Rolls-Royce, Stu says. Stones showed why Pep rates him so highly. That fast ball into feet makes a world of difference to the DM's job. 8 for me. I agree. I thought he had a really good game last night. I thought his passing was excellent. His reading of the game. He made, in the first half, 2 or 3 very good interceptions that, if it was Fernandinho, we'd all be going, yeah, typical Fernandinho. Brilliant. Reads the game. Stones did that last night on numerous occasions. So Stones is a wall in the middle. I can't give him an 8 because there's some people give him a 6.5, which I think is really harsh. I'm going to give John Stones, from you guys, I'm going to up it. I was going to give him a 7, but I'm going to give him an extra point, half a point, because I think it's unfair to give him a 7. I thought he was very good last night. But John Stones gets a 7.5, which moves us over to our left back last night, which was Benjamin Mendy. So what were your thoughts on Ben Mendy last night? And thought he had a decent game and did well. Again, we are player rating this on somebody against a team also that weren't brilliant, if I'm being honest with you. They weren't great, but you can only play in front of who you play. So, I thought they did okay. People forget that we actually won 4-3 in that game against Spurs. If that was a league game, we'd be like, wow, what an amazing game. Oh, I mean, Lancao, for me, it was the best game I've seen in probably one of the best games I've ever seen, even though we lost overall out of the tie. I mean, wonderful game. Leonard gives Mendy a 7.5. Sofian gives him an 8. Lancao an 8. I'm not even going to read out these fanboys if they're not going to give scores and things like that. And if they want to give a score, do. But I mean, I'm not going to take it into consideration if it's a ridiculous score. Ladcar 8, Fodil 7, Mingyu Wong 7, Ray 8, solid, Carl 7.5, City fans 7, Bernard 7.5, Dank City a 7.5, Scott Williams a 7, Dudley Lewis a 7.5 to an 8. Mendy 6, worst player in City shirt, played okay against the dog and duck crap. Get rid of I ain't even taking that into consideration. Thought he was better than a 6 last night. 6.5, his passing is terrible compared to the rest of the team. Oh God, Hamza, please stop. I'm going to have to just put you in a timeout, mate, because we're doing player ratings. We're not doing who is better, Mahrez or Sane. Mahrez is this, Mahrez is that. It's not a Mahrez channel, it's the Man City Fan TV channel. I was at that Spurs game last year. It was an incredible game. Absolutely incredible game. So Ben Mendy, for you guys, I'm going to give him... give him a 7.5. There you go. Be generous. Give him a 7.5. So that's Benjamin Mendy, which moves us on to our next season's replacement and current replacement for Fernandinho in the CDM role, and that is Rodri. So what were your thoughts on Rodri last night? Let me just see what Stu Brennan gave for Mendy. He said Benjamin Mendy gave City a threat down the left and mixed up his crosses well. He was sound at the back too. Gave him a 7. So we gave him a 7.5. So maybe give him an extra mark there. Half a mark anyway. Abduk, if you just keep putting Mahrez, we're going to put you in a timeout. We're doing play ratings. Mendy played well, actually. His touch was okay for a change, 7.5. Yeah, we give him a 7.5, Kiam. Rodri, Leonard London gives him an 8. Dank City an 8. Carl Rodri an 8. Lancao a 9. Colin Pollock Oh, you're a bit late. Mendy 6.5, too late. We've done that, mate. Bernard Dineen gives Mendy an 8. Ladkar gives him an 8. Mingyu Wong an 8. Scott Williams gives him a 7.5. City fan an 8. Sofian Moon 7.5. Scott Williams is always coming back from injury. He's not good enough to be in a City side. Can't even pass consistently. Colin Pollock, Rodri an 8. Abdel Haq a 7. 8. Best replacement for Fernandinho in the future. Kiam, Rodri was okay. He was very comfortable in midfield as they were so pressed back. A 7. Dudley a 7.5 to an 8. Is everyone getting a 7.5 to an 8 off you tonight, Dudley? Steve Ractall a 7.5. Phyllis gives Rodri a 7. Solid but not spectacular. His passing is kind of average. Ivan Bravo an 8.5. Ray J 8.5 for Rodri. Fodl Rodri, I love his way of playing, 7.5. Mohamed Mahrez. Right, okay, you're going to have to go in a timeout. We told you, we warned you, we said, if you keep posting just Mahrez stuff while we're trying to do stuff, we're going to put you in a timeout. Grant, you that either, but fingers crossed, he wears blue, sky blue, so we'll give him to the end of the season. Samuel Gringo Handy from Montreal, Canada, I give him a 7.5. How are you, Samuel Gringo? I hope you're well, mate. Hamza, a 7. Scotty Mole, hi Andy. Still not convinced by Rodri. Time will tell, a 7. Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, it's like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion on players. It's all very subjective anyway. But what does Stu Brennan give him? Rodri provided the solid foundation for all the decorative work ahead of him. Physically dominant, passing perfect. Gives him an 8. Wow. High praise there. Don't know what that is. A bit of Russian there. Riyad Mahrez is supposed to have played all matches since the start of the season because he's doing an excellent beneficial return for the team. Mahrez 10. Okay. You can go in a timeout as well. There you go. So keep saying to you, Mahrez fanboys, if you just keep posting Mahrez stuff, while we're trying to do a player ratings video, just going to put you in a timeout. If you want to join in, give player ratings, or don't comment until we get to Mahrez, then that's fine. But if you just keep invading the whole timeline with Mahrez stuff, you'll be put in a timeout. It's your choice. You don't have to be in a timeout, but you know the rules. Right, Rodri. Oh, God. Going to give Rodri an 8. Rodri gets an 8 on the lots of 8s and 7s and 8.5. So Rodri gets an 8 from you guys. So moving through to the little genius, who I thought had a very, very good game last night, and that is David Silva. Yes, I'm biased. I love David Silva, but I have called him out a few times this season, and I am pretty objective. I'm not, if the crap, I'll say the crap, but I thought David Silva played very well last night. Gosh, those fanboys, please, I know. If Pep could turn the clock back, he would not have signed Mendy. He still looks overweight, and what happened to him running at defenders like he did before we signed him? City is bigger than any player. Please respect our football team or leave the group chat. Well said. Stevie Raxall, Rodri has to get used to the fast pace of the Premier League. He will come good. I think he will, Stevie, if I'm being honest. Leonard London gives David an 8. Lankow a 7.5. Sofian a 7. Bernard an 8.5. Hoha or Joja. Hi Andy, this stupid guys are not Algerians. They are Salah fans trying to make you hate. I don't know. This is the thing. We don't hate Mahrez. It's just that people say we do. We don't hate Mahrez. So it's not about that. That's why, hence, I'm not engaging with this constant Mahrez stuff. We're just removing them, putting them in a timeout. They can come back on. And we're just not. We've only got a short period of time, and if they keep invading the channel, we'll just put them in times out. We're not going to remove them from the channel and things like that. It's we don't hate Mahrez. We just simply don't. It's that simple. It's just people just become stupid and invade channels. So it's don't worry. It's not. We're not saying it's Algerians. We're just saying no matter where you're from, if you just constantly invade the channel, we'll just put you in a timeout. It's that simple. Stick to the program. Mingy Wong gives David an 8. David a 7, says Carl. 10. He played like he's 21. Lagdar 8.5. Dudley Luce 8. No, I'm not blocking him. Just put him in a timeout. David Silva 7.5, says Colin Pollock. Hamza Bean gives David Silva an 8. an 8 from Ray J737, City fan an 8. Samuel Gringo 7.5 for David. Scott Williams gives him an 8. Ivan Bravo 7.5 for El Maggio. JTR35 gives him a 7.5. Fair point, Ivor, the shadow of the player we played in the Champions League, would prefer Angelino. Mendy was fine. Let's move on. Silver 8 yesterday, one of his best of the year. Phyllis, David 8, tick tock. Even KDB cannot time like David. Pure class. I mean, he's just brilliant. And he might not be spectacular, like a wonderful, the pass like De Bruyne does, but the amount of times he gets the ball and just keeps it moving constantly and dictates the play, the pace of the play. He's so underrated even right now. Spanish KDB, David Silva, one of his better games of recent week, 7.5. I think Mendy's looking good. He's a naturally big lad. Silva, steady 7. 8 for El Maggio. 8, says Dimitri. Sooner stick with Zinni. I don't think we have Zinni. I really don't think we have a good left back. Do you guys like any of the players other than Mahrez? We like Mahrez just as much as any other player, man. We don't spam other players in the chat. Chemsedine says 8. Okay. So, David, then, we'll give him a 7.5. Up it, there's lots of 8s and 7s and things, so we'll give him right in the middle. And we'll give David Silva a 7.5 from you guys, which leads us on to... Wow, what a game this fella had. We are, at the moment we are talking about how lucky we are to have Aguero and have had Aguero and all of these players. I mean, we are so lucky to have Kevin De Bruyne. And he's lucky to be at City playing around the players that he's playing and playing under the best coach in world football in Pep Guardiola. And he was great when he came. Pep's just made him 30% better. I mean, he's just phenomenal. He would walk into any team in world football. If City said we're selling him, or De Bruyne came out and went, I want to go, every single team who could afford him would be banging down Cheeky's door going, we'll have him, name your price. I mean, he is that good. Nobody in midfield on this planet comes anywhere close to him. Nowhere near him. I agree, Ivor. I think it will be resolved in the summer, but would rather have Mendy against Madrid. Ivor, David knows how to make 3 defenders move in one moment. He's the best lines player the Prem has ever seen. Totally agree with that. Absolutely, totally agree with that comment. He does. He's phenomenal. Lankout 8.8 easily could be 9. Oh, actually, what did Stu Brennan give David Silva? He says, found acres of space and utilised it brilliantly. The recent injury break has done him plenty of good. Much sharper, and gave him an 8. KDB 8.5, best midfielder in the world, says Colin Pollock. Leonard London 8.5, officialised 9.99. Wow. Just give him a 10, mate. Bernard Deneen 8.5, Ladkar a 9. 8.5. Okay, Sofian an 8.5. Hamza Bean gives him a 9. Big jump there. Sorry, loads of people giving scores now. Mingy Wong a 9. City fan an 8.5. Samuel Gringo Kevin 9. Scott Williams 9. Sublime pass. Carl KDB 9.95. As always 8.5. Ivan Bravo a 9. Dudley Lewis an 8.5 to a 9. Ray J 9 for Kevin. Fantasia Belicki gives him a 7.5. Wow. Dimitri a 7. Ooh, not having that, mate. KDB Jack of all trades 10 for him, says Brian K002. Evening, Chris Baker. How are you, buddy? Hope you're well. That pass to Gabby was insane. Anis 27 and 8. He's a magician, an illusionist. Kevin 8, class. Hamza, Man City will beat Real Madrid. Big score. Man City will win the Champions League. Let's hope so. 9, says JTR35. Reminds me of a bit of Beckham. The most valuable player in the world right now, in my opinion, Andy. Wow. More than Mbappe. I'm not so sure, but he's got to be in the top 3. Mingy Wong, I'm glad we have Kevin De Bruyne and Aguero. They're so world class, and maybe one day he can walk into any team. He can walk into any team right now. He's a beautiful man. 9, says Scotty Mall. Officialised, gave him 9.99 just because Kung got a 10. 9 at a canter. Class, says Kiam. He is great, but just let him talk. What did Stu Brennan say about Kevin De Bruyne? Kevin De Bruyne, he says, absolutely unstoppable, creating goals and chances at will. His substitution was an act of mercy as much as rotation, and gave him a 9. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going to agree with you guys and Stu Brennan on this one. Kevin De Bruyne gets a 9. I think he's a Rolls Royce of a player. Absolutely superb. Phyllis says, hi. Chris Baker, hi, pal. Hey, Ivor, says Chris. Right, so that's Kevin De Bruyne. Where do I go next? Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I'll hold back, and we'll go for Gabby. We'll go for Gabby next. So we'll go for Gabby Jesus. So what were your thoughts on Gabby last night, who obviously came in, played in a 2, which I agree with Ivor's comments earlier, really, really suits Aguero playing with Gabby. And how many times have us as City fans said, we're really dying to see, I think it was October 2018 was the last time they played together. We really want to see Gabby and Sergio playing in that front 3. And he played him last night. Started off in what you thought really was a left wing role, but in fact he was moving in behind the back of Sergio. Sergio was dropping deep, and Mendy was pushing all the way up the park to try and occupy that left wing position. It's just another masterclass by Pep. So Gabby actually wasn't playing on the left like he plays for Brazil, and that's what I think we all thought. Oh, it's going to be Gabby on the left, Sergio up front, and actually it wasn't. Gabby was drifting in behind Sergio. Sergio was dropping deep. And Mendy was pushing so far up on the left-hand side that they couldn't contain Aguero. And Gabby was running them absolutely ragged. Hams Bean gives Gabby a 9. Leonard 8.5, sorry. Lankauer 9. Bernard gives him an 8. Carl 8.5 for Gabby. Fodil gives him 7.5. Ray J gives him an 8.5. City fan an 8. Sofian gives him an 8.5. Big jump, sorry. Chris Baker gives 7. Sammy El Gringo Gabby an 8. Dudley Lewis an 8.5. What, an 8? Not an 8.5 to a 9? Or an 8 to an 8.5? Finn Fat, oh God. Right. We can get rid of that one. If you're going to be stupid. JTR 35, 7.5. Scott Williams an 8.5. Ladcar an 8. Fantasia gives him a 7. Colin Jesus 7.5. Worked tirelessly. Mingy Wong 8 for Gabby. Brian gives him an 8.5. He is scoring every game. He's certainly got a great goal record. Officialised 7.5. Still don't believe he's clinical striker, misses a lot. I mean, I can't argue with that. He does seem to take 4 or 5 chances to score 1. Wayne Crompton gives him an 8. Carl, Gabby and Aguero played 11 games and we've scored 40 goals. Wow, what a great bit of stats that is. Thanks for that, Carl. Gabby missed chances but gave Kun the platform to play his natural game. His harassment of defenders was superb. 9 for me. Bernard, 11 games together. Gabby and Jesus, 40 goals in matches. It's like on repeat there. I don't think KDB played better than Gabby, in my opinion. 8, but still needs to be more ruthless. Either 16 months since they started the game together, it is. Gabby and Sergio, I mean, which we win Liverpool next game, get a revenge for the game. Kiam, Gabby 7.5, finishing not great, but work rate amazing. Scotty Moll, not a striker, pretty shocking in front of goal. I would sell him. Wow, 7.5. Kiam, I love his work rate, plus his stats are getting better and better. Remember the 5-0 Liverpool defeat with Gabby and Con. Some good points there on Gabby J. Right, Gabby gets... I'm going to have to sort of mark him down a little bit. Gabby gets a 7.5. No, I'm not going to do that. No, sorry, I'm going to overrule you. Gets an extra half a point. Gabby J gets an 8 for me. Right, who do we go for? Which one will create havoc? Let's go for the Algerian Prince, and we'll go for Riyad Mahrez. What did Stu Brennan give Gabby for last night? He says quiet until he popped up to score the 4th goal, and then he started to ravage the Villa right flank, gave him a 7. So maybe I was a little bit giving him an extra half a point. Oh, here we go, Lanka. Here we go. So, the Algerian prince, Riyad Mahrez, had a wonderful game last night. Still think he's garbage. I'm only joking. Calm down. James Milner had a great work rate. Ladcard gives Mahrez a 10. Hamza a 10. Chris Baker gives him an 8. Leonard Mahrez a 9. Sofian a 10. Fantasia a 10. Lankau a 9.5. I think we may end Liverpool's invincible year, but hopefully someone does it before us. Bernard a 9. Colin Pollock Mahrez 9. Still greedy at times, but best performance since he came to City. Bodil, very good at 9. Samuel Gringo Riyad 8.5. Scott Williams 8.5. Carl 9.3. You can't have a 9.3, Carl. It's a 9 or a 9.5. Malcolm gives him a 10. City fan 8. Mahrez 0 for the fanboys. Dudley Lewis 9.5. Mingy Wong 8. Fantastic player. Officialised 8.5. And I'm the Algerian Z. Chana B 10. Algerian Prince. Scotty Mall, you are the first blue I've heard say get rid of him. And I go to most games and talk to City fans. Who was getting rid of who? Gabby. Was that? Yeah, you said, was it Gabby you said get rid of? Wow. I definitely wouldn't get rid of Gabby, but hey, it's about opinions. Stuart is a... Stuart? Who's Stuart? Don't know who Stuart is, mate. JTR 35, 8.5. Don't speak for Riyadh. Riyadh's a place, mate. Talking about Riyad Mahrez. Scotty Mold 9, Zian 10, Ray J 9.5 for Riyadh. So happy for him. Mahrez 8 as he got 2 goals, but lack of pace and work rate going back. Worrying. Carl Mahrez playing that's inside right is unstoppable. Said it in the... You remember the video I did months and months and months ago on... It was the tactical analysis on Mahrez and said... If you can play in that sort of 10 role on the right-hand side and be able to drop deep and pick up the ball and run at players and things, that's what he did for that year when he won Player of the Year with Leicester. I don't think him hugging the touchline does him any favours whatsoever because, like Kiam said, he hasn't got any pace. He hasn't. And when he just runs at players sometimes from really, really out wide, he's a bit of a one-trick pony and they just force him onto his right foot, which means they know he's going to cut back on his left and pass it back. But when he comes from a deeper, more inside, he can go left, right, and he doesn't rely on pace and trickery so much, just a drop of the shoulder, and I think he's superb at doing that, and his touch is phenomenal. Ivan Bravo, 9.5 for Mahrez, Wayne Crompton, 9.5, Phyllis, Mahrez, 8, played well, Brian, 8 for me, best right winger at Man City. I loved his pass to come for him to break that hat-trick record. Thank you, Mahrez. It was a 5-yard pass. I mean, it wasn't anything like Kevin De Bruyne's pass, but yeah. Zian gives him a 10. Andy, the Algerian fanboys are going to have your gizzards. Told you he was to improve. He's got to do it 5-6 games on the run, though, Chano. You can't have one brilliant game, one okay game, one average game, one good game, one very good game, one so-so game, one poor game. That's not what City needs. City need consistency. He needs to be a 7, 8 out of 10 every single week. So far, he's not done it, but he had a great game last night. 2 goals and assists, so yeah, I think he deserves more than a 9. I don't know. Leonard, Andy, we can't rate Mahrez more than Kun, please. Not on this one. Well, it's your score's not mine. Some Algerian people is crazy about Riyadh. Relax, Riyadh don't like that. Hamza, my friend, don't be angry from Algerian chat. They love Mahrez. Forgive them. Scotty Moore, Phyllis, he just isn't good enough in front of goal. After all, he's a striker. I speak to a few who agree. You did not notice him leaving his man twice. He has to work harder with the ball. Hamza, we love City more than we love Mahrez. That's very true. Mahrez, for me, is going to lead us down a path that we may not recover from as a club. Get him sold, garbage for me. That's a proper... From who scored gave Mahrez 10. Andy, nevertheless. Mahrez was solid 8, says Ivor. Ray J says, Kiam, when teams are in low block, his pace is not that important. Agreed, does lack pace though, but does not look slower than Bernardo. So, Kiam, do you think Mahrez is totally crap? No, I don't think Kiam thinks Mahrez is totally crap. Not at all. Right, God, what we're going to give Mahrez here? We've got... We've got some 10s, we've got 8s, a couple of 9s, 9.5s, 8s, 8.5, 8s, 10s, 9.5. Okay, Mahrez gets a 9. I thought he had a very, very good game last night. Probably his best game in a City shirt for me. I thought he was very, very good. Which leads us on to our next one, which is somebody who broke not only the, as you know, overseas player in the Premier League's record, which was Thierry Henry, but he also broke Alan Shearer's hat-trick record, which was 2 records broken in one night. It's phenomenal, which puts him on 177 goals in 255 games. Premier League, I'm talking Premier League here. Which is just phenomenal. I mean, absolutely, his goal-to-game ratio is frightening. It's absolutely frightening. And if you listen to TalkSport, and I was messaging TalkSport Drive today, they were talking, I think Darren Bent was saying that he thinks Harry Kane's better than Sergio Aguero. I mean, it's frightening. To even think a professional footballer thinks that is frightening. But, you only have to look at his goal ratio. And they were talking about Rooney, and they were talking about Alan Shearer, and they're going, yeah, but, Wayne Rooney had 491 games to score 208 goals. Alan Shearer had 451 games to score his 260 goals or whatever. Sergio Aguero's had 255 games, which means he's got nearly 200 more games if he was fit and be able to play that many, to score sort of 80 goals. Well, at the moment, he scored 177 in 255. So, I mean, the ratio, I don't like to compare because Shearer and Rooney were absolute class. But, I posted on Twitter today, I said, it's a shame that TalkSport can't just actually celebrate the fact that Aguero has just broken 2 legends of the game's records. Just talk about that. Why do you have to start going top 5 overseas strikers ever and then comparing him to Kane and comparing him to Rooney and Shearer? And why even bother doing that? I mean, it just shows you that they can't be asked. They just can't be asked giving him the credit. And like Micah Richards said last night, he said, and others have said, Graham Souness and others, and on Sunday Supplement, they were talking about that the other week, saying he's just underrated. People don't give him the credit he deserves. But hey ho. What did? Let me go back and what did Stu Brennan give Mahrez? Kicked it all off with 2 goals, the first a cracker, and kept his standard high throughout. Gave him a 9. There you go. So he agreed with you guys. Right, Sergio Aguero. Mahrez gets a 9.5 from Martin. Colin, I thought you were in bed, mate. Colin, Maestro Aguero, 9.5. PS, Darren Bent on TalkSport is an A1 class number. It's just ridiculous. Hamza Bean gives Sergio a 10. El Homer Algier a 10. Kiam. Oh, hold on. Big jump there. Apologies. Wow, massive jump. I apologise. I was chatting too much then, and it's just gone on a massive jump. He's a very skillful footballer, but he doesn't have the all-round game for me. He slows us down and doesn't work hard enough. I'm assuming you're talking about Mahrez there. King Kun Aguero, 10. Legend. Love you, says Leonard. Chris Baker at 9.5. Sofian, you admin, when people say Mahrez is garbage, you laugh. Well done. Don't know what that means. Chanherb, 10. King Kun. Fodel Sergio a 10, Miggy 1 10, what a legend. Bernard 9.5, City fan 9.5, Fantasia Belikit a 7. Oh mate, you done it. Nobody seriously would give somebody who scores a hat trick and played like he did a 7, mate. At least come on. Malcolm a 9, 177 Arsenal fanboys, heartbreaker. Ivor says, I think Mahrez is crap without the ball. He does not work hard enough. On the ball, he is good. Dudley Lewis, 10 plus times 3. Kiam, I don't even want to give him time to prove me wrong, as he won't, and the delay will damage us as a club. I assume he's still on about Mahrez. Ladcard gives Sergio a 10. Carl a 10. Lankow, 177. Leonard, 7. Get out, he's already gone. Samuel Gringo, Sergio, 10, like the shirt number. Showed how you shoot a ball. He did. Wayne Compton a 10. Zian an 8. Sofian Sergio a 9. 2019.I gives him an 8. Phyllis says, Kun 10. Should have scored 4. Wasteful bastard. Horsey, Sergio gets 15 from me. Absolutely magnificent. Best striker ever in the Premier League. Needs to work on his hold-up play. His touch and his hold-up play is just incredible. Scotty Moore gives him a 10. Zian an 8. Sergio crap, sell him. Seriously, simply the best ever Premier League striker. Goals per game, destroys everyone. Scott Williams 10. An absolute pleasure to have watched him in a blue shirt in my lifetime, but still can be lazy. Don't rest on your laurels, Conan. Yeah, he can be. He can have games like that, but still incredible. Messi, the GOAT, gives him an 8. Hamza Mahrez gave our country African Cup of Nations 20 hours waiting. He's captain Algerian team. He's a legend in his country. Yeah, we're not interested in this. This is Man City Fan TV. We're talking about Man City, not Algerian football. Go over and follow Dean on DZ Football if you want Algerian football. If Aguero wore the red shirt, we'd have documentaries on BBC about the guy. Totally agree. Sigem A668, Leonard London, the deadly striker in English football, hands down. Yaya Drory gives him an 8. Ivor says, Hamza, that's really nice, but we live in Manchester. He's just another player to us, absolutely. His shirt number says it all. A 10, says Lankow. Sofian an 8. Do you think Manchester City will catch Liverpool this season and win the Premier League this season? I doubt it. Even Bravo 10 deserves more credit than he gets. Hopefully he'll break Rooney's record. Let's hope so. He's got 18 months left. Will he be here next year? We'll wait and see. Baterman DZ 9. James Fletcher 2. Aguero a 10. Can't sleep, says Martin. Commandos an 8. Ingy Wong, he could possibly break Rooney's if he played in England at 16. Jodger or Haha at 9. Phyllis, you're right. I love Man City. He's in my team. 8, amazing player. Aguero 8. Aguero actually didn't have his best game, but hat-trick equals 10. Scott, loads of comments on Sergio. C. Hanon an 8. Hampchi an 8. Martin Muller a 7. Martin Muller 7.9. So he a 14.9 from Martin Muller. JSK forever an 8.5. I think he conserves energy against lesser sides. That's why people think he drops off. But he's being sensible. Right. Sorry. The score. There's only one score. There is only one score for Sergio Aguero last night. Let's see what Stu Brennan says. Stu Brennan says 3 more classic Kun goals took him to 249 in total for the Blues, but his all-round approach work was also terrific, and he gets a 10, which means Man City Fan TV, I know some on here are coming on giving him lower scores than Mahrez got because they don't want him to get a higher score, but he gets a 10, a perfect 10. What 3 fantastic goals. The first strike, I think the keeper should have done better, if I'm being honest, but wonderful strike. Second goal, it's just phenomenal play. Absolutely phenomenal feet, strength, power, technique. And then the third, he'd already missed one that went over the bar, and it was almost like next time my radar is in for the next one. It was almost identical this time. Bang. Power. No chance for the keeper. Wonderful hat-trick. Wonderful performance. Full of energy. Full of inventiveness. And great to see him not playing sort of right on the shoulder of centre-backs, but dropping deep and playing with Gabby running in behind him. I thought it was a wonderful performance by Sergio Aguero last night. Perfect 10. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant performance. Can we take one off Mahrez and make Cunningham 11? Andy, let's not forget his work rate. I'm just saying there, Leonard. Maybe it's you're not. It's maybe a bit of a delay on there. I was just saying, the way he ran around, everything he did last night was just fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So Sergio gets a 10. Right. What do we go for? Well, we had who do we have? We had Gundogan and Otamendi and Phil Foden. Okay, we'll do them, but nah. Okay, we'll do them. So Phil Foden, what were your scores for Foden for Phil Foden last night? I think Foden came on 63rd minute. Yeah, 63rd minute he came on last night. So he had a good 30 minutes, good run out last night for him. Jesus and Aguero truly brilliant, says Queen versus King. Oh yes, 10 for Sergio. Dimitri, you are a cheater now, a 10. Does this mean average? No, it's a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10. Stu Brennan of the Manchester Evening News gave him a 10. Loads of people on here gave him a 10. The only people who were dropping down his score were people who didn't want him to have the score to beat Riyad Mahrez. And let's face it, Mahrez scored 2. Sergio Aguero got a hat-trick and was 3 phenomenal goals. So we're not cheating. Aguero gets a 10. End of story. Foden gets a 7 from Bernard. Leonard an 8. Sorry, but Taliban as a username ain't my cup of tea. Taliban? What's that? Ooh. Oh, you've got rid of him. Sorry, thanks, Martin, for doing that. I did. I didn't see that. Bernard's 7, Leonard an 8, Lankau 7, Mingy Wong 7, Carl 6.5, Sammy El Gringo 6.5, Chris Baker 6.5, Foden a 5. I wish Mahrez dazzled this season and make a good season like what he did with Leicester. He is dazzling. He is dazzling when he's getting his chances. Like his energy. Dudley a 7.5, Zian a 5. Oh. 5, too little time to make an impact, 6.5. 10th Sergio, look at the average, lots of H. Yeah, lots of H from Algerian fans. 8 working on here, Sofian. Chanub 7, he held the ball well, but as he's waiting, not getting knocked off the ball so easily. 7.5, 6. Foden, he has to slow down, take stock, Andy. Headless at times, trying too hard and came on. Needs to look at how David plays. Yeah, he's only young. He's got lots to learn. Foden a 6, 7, agreed Chanub. And then removed. Foden took out the corner flag with his shot. Riyad an 8. Riyad, what's Riyad got to do with it? Doing Foden. Cheers, Blues. Saved me from having to watch Kofi. Eternally grateful. I'll give Pep a 9. Have a good evening. Love it when Andy says it's a quick vlog. I know my wife said that. So I'm doing a quick vlog. She went, oh, yeah, right. So apologies. It is going. And we're going to do it very quickly to finish up. Absolute nonsense. How the fuck can he get the 10 when it's sort of... Phil Foden. We're going to give Phil Foden. Let's give Phil Foden a 10. And really, let's give Phil Foden gets a 10. I'm overriding it. No, Foden gets a 10. Absolutely incredible player. Unbelievable. So he's up there. He gets a 10 with Sergio Aguero. So they were the 2 best players yesterday for me. Quite by far. Then maybe KDB with a 9, 9.5, and then a 9 for Riyad Mahrez. So I think Foden and Aguero and KDB, top 3 players yesterday's game. And if that doesn't boil some piss with the Mahrez fans, then I don't know what will. Right, Gundogan, Ilkay, Silky Ilky. Well, you know what Ilkay's getting anyway. You know he's getting... nice joke, yeah. It's a little bit embarrassing. Hell yeah, bruv. Gundogan a 10. Gundogan 10. Laugh out, why not? Oh yeah, Andy Boylan. You know what? Yeah, Foden 10. No credibility for this. they actually think I'm being serious. They just don't get irony, do they? Bless them. Leonard London, Gundogan an 8.5. 5 sloppy penny gave away. Yeah, it was a little bit. And he looked a bit disappointed, if I'm being honest, afterwards. And was a bit disappointed because I'm sure the players were disappointed that we conceded a goal. Andy on the Appleton special. Bernard Deneen a 7. Gundogan 10 as well. Yeah, I mean, Andy is giving Ilkay a 100. Ilkay, Gundogan, you know, listen, they don't get many minutes, so it's always hard to judge. I mean, Phil Foden got a 6 off Stu Brennan. Joined the carnage, 7 for Gundogan. But as you know, Ilkay Gundogan has to get a 10. So he gets a 10 from Man City Fan TV. Ilkay Gundogan, you know, greatest. I mean, when you've got a signed shirt from your kids for your Christmas present, Ilkay gets a 10 every single game, regardless. So I don't care what anyone says. I'm not even going to bother with Otamendi. He came on, did nothing wrong. What did Stu Brennan? Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't mind you. He did all right. Be rude of me not to put him up there, I guess, because he did come on at the same time and got sort of 30 minutes. So let's just give him a score quickly. So the general. What does the general get? I actually prefer Gundogan to Rodri. I think he recycles ball quicker, which isn't good for Rodri. Gene Fletcher 2, Algerian fans, we are rating all the players, not just Mahrez, by the way. Mahrez at a 1. Gundogan wants to ruin Pep's clean sheet record. If Mendy had done his job, there would not have been a penalty. Kiam, both not great for me. Bang goes the 6-goal margin bonus. That's why they were miffed. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. But they did look really disappointed. It was like, and you could see Gundogan was almost looking at the likes of Fernandinho and others and almost going, sorry, mate, I'm really sorry. He knew he'd made a bit of a boo-boo. He tried to get his foot out of the way, and yeah, it is what it is. Everyone 10, Mahrez 9, Bernard 7, Gundo 10, Foden 10, Mahrez 9. Yeah, easily. Don't forget Aguero 10 as well. You missed Aguero there. Leonard 7, Carl Ottoman 6. On a serious note, I would give Stones an 8 or 9. Yeah, I mean, we gave him a score early. I think he got an 8. I can't remember. You'd have to scroll up. I thought Stones did really well last night. W 7, JTL 7, 7 for Otamendi, Ziana 7, Otamendi 12. A 12? Right, okay. Otamendi then gets a... No, I'm only kidding. Sofian, you have to chill out, buddy. We're joking. We are joking. Phyllis, Kate Price has more clean sheets than Sarah. Another 10 is coming. No, it's not. No, it's definitely not. We'll just give him a 7. We'll just give him a 7. There you go. Artist Riyad Mahrez, fans 9. No, we're gonna just move on. We're not gonna do whether fans. I think it's pretty pointless, if I'm being honest, doing the fans, because Man City fans, when they go away on the road, are absolutely phenomenal. There's no doubting about it. It's not even up for discussion. They're a 10 out of 10, 99.9% of the time. But what I want to do is give our manager, again, as always, and that is Pep, because last night we saw another tactical masterclass. He just looked at Villa and he probably thought, we can switch and make movements. I mean, it wasn't just a rigid formation. Players were playing left, right, inside, outside. The amount of movement in midfield and up front was phenomenal. And that was Pep. Pep was orchestrating that. He was giving David Silva the license to dictate the play. He was giving KDB the freedom. He was getting Mendy up the field. He was getting Gabby in behind Sergio Aguero, which created absolute havoc for their defence. And then Aguero was dropping deep. He was turning. It's just, the guy's an absolute genius, in my opinion. And I think when we saw the Tuesday night game against United, saw what he did to them in the first half, and I think he was really pissed off that we didn't actually go for more goals and put the tie completely to bed. I think yesterday he made sure at half-time, I don't care whether you're 4-0 up, I want more goals, I want more goals, I want more goals. And I just think he got it absolutely spot on. Again. So, Pep, bloody hell, you're typing is echoing down my headphones here. To get your headphones out then, mate. Mahrez, who am I? Fans get 100,000, or is that a million? I was magnificent. Basher the Magician, Riyad Mahrez. Bernard gives Pep a 9, 9.5 from Carl. I give Pep a 10, says Chanob. Boss 10, says Dudley. 8 because of Villa. Oops. John Fletcher, Pep 10, and Love Jesus and Aguero playing together. The Magician, Riyad Mahrez. How many times can you repeat yourself? Copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Beautiful ball genius, he gets a 10. Horsey gives Pep a 9. Mingy Wong 10 for Pep. Sophie on Pep 10 for keeping Mahrez on the pitch and Raheem on the bench. Cheeky Sofian. Daniel Schaefer, we look better without Sterling out there. He's been bad for way too long. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's against Aston Villa. Don't forget that. It's against Aston Villa. And what you're talking about, somebody there who is our second top goal scorer, he's had a bad 4 or 5 weeks. There's no doubt about it. And he's desperate for a rest, and now he's got one. But don't please. I mean, last 2 seasons, Sterling's been absolutely phenomenal. Don't just write him off because he's knackered and needs a rest. I mean, he's been pretty much playing nearly every game. So it's about time he gets a rest. The Magician read oh God, how many times? Right, sorry. Gonna have to, sorry. Go away. Prickly Pep gets a 10 from me. Good formation with the 2 strikers. Pep a 6. Oh dear. Oh, that's a shame. Wow, breaking news. Mahrez puts in transfer request after viewing play ratings on Man City Fan TV. City put a figure of 4 million. That much? Jesus. Snap their hands off whoever pays 4 million for him. Pepper 9, bugger off Mahrez fanboys. Andy, man of the match for amazing vlogger watch along. Pep gets a 10 when City beat Liverpool or win the Champions League, in my opinion. Baxter, you are echoing. Do you live in a game? Yeah, Pep, for me, I mean, personally, I'm going to override the 9s and I'm giving Pep a 10 because I thought he got it absolute spot on, albeit against Aston Villa. But it was just great to watch the something different again. This is what it is. Sterling was crap this season. Well, I don't think he's been crap this season, mate. Look at how many goals he scored and assists this season. He hasn't been crap. He's been crap for about 4 weeks. But still, in that time that he's still scoring goals. I think in that time that he's been crap, he scored more goals than Riyad Mahrez, I think. Why so many negative comments for Sterling? He's incredible. Don't forget Sane out. He's been on the left most of the season. He has, absolutely spot on. Pep was a 10. Genius. He is. Listen, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it's a late one. I did say it was going to be quick, as usual, on Man City Fan TV. You dictate the time generally, and it's been an hour and 10 minutes, and we've gone through the player ratings. Please, Mahrez fanboys, with Gundogan, with all the others, we're just joking. We're just joking. But you set it up, we'll knock it out of the park if that's how you want to play it. And we keep warning you. You come on, you invade the timeline with just Mahrez stuff over Mahrez stuff. We'll play with you that way, or we'll just put you in a timeout. But anyway, listen, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you so much for coming on. Don't forget, if you want to order a Leslie Ross book, I'm not on commission. I just think it's a wonderful book, and don't forget £1.69. Which represents the 169 goals that City scored last season, goes to Tackle for Manchester, which is our nominated charity. So, guys, thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Really appreciate you all. Appreciate everyone coming on, giving their time up to give us the player ratings, and thank you so much. And don't forget, there'll be more regular stuff coming out this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Martin's Wi-Fi will be back up and running on Wednesday, and he can do something again with you guys. And but I'll be around. I'm not sure about tomorrow because it depends what time I get back. It might be another late one, but I'll do my best to come on and try and do something with you guys. But guys, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. We're nearly 11,400 now, and yeah, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But we'll be back. We'll be at the match on Saturday as usual, doing the usual fan cams and everything else. Go over and watch the match day vlog from Villa Park yesterday. Martin did a wonderful job. Some really interesting interviews with City fans and things like that, and great footage from inside Villa Park in the Doug Ellis stand. So, guys, take care. Give it a thumbs up, or don't. Give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Take care. We'll see you soon.